Hey, thanks. So, hey folks, hello everyone, and I welcome you all in the DoK Students Day. And my topic for today is running Postgres on Kubernetes. Uh, Myself, Mohammad Nawaz Siddiqi. I'm a student. Currently, I am exploring open source. I did some non-code contributions, and I'm looking forward to contribute on more technical side on a code contributions. Also, I am DoK community intern with a lot of amazing folks in the community. So we're gonna talk about Postgres and what is it, why Postgres, what are the problem when that we're gonna face while running Postgres on Kubernetes and everything in between. So let's get started. Uh, Postgres is an open source database system. It is highly scalable and it extends the SQL language combined with many features. Postgres is rich in features, and Postgres has earned a strong reputation for its architecture, reliability, and integrity. Also, the community behind Postgres is very amazing and very supportive. And talking about why we should prefer Postgres, Postgres is like it's booming these days. It's developers friendly. And some of the points which I would like to mention is Postgres is not just a relational database, and it has other concepts like post-relational concepts like database functions, which include JSON, XML, arrays, row types, time series, etc. And being an open source database, it is highly extensive. You can write code in different programming language, and these programming language includes Java, JavaScript, C++, .NET, PHP, and these kind of languages mainly. And Postgres speed, security, and robustness makes it suitable for like 99% of application. It's good to go if you are starting, if you are thinking of starting your database, storing your data into a database. So now let's talk about why should we run our database on Kubernetes, mainly Postgres. There are multiple reasons, but due to we are running short on time, we will focus on these three. Like these are highly available and auto scalable and declarative. So let's explore each of these points. Talking about high availability, the main thing which we need to ensure is the application, the database should run at all the time or at least maximum time. And for that, we use Kubernetes. So high availability setup makes sure that Kubernetes, first of all, I would like to mention that if you are new to Kubernetes, there's a good talk by Shivam Tyagi, and it explains the basic of Kubernetes. So yeah, back here. So high availability setup is like we make sure the master node and the worker node, they work in a manner like there are multiple master nodes. A single master node can easily fail, while if we make sure there is a multiple master node, that makes sure that the cluster will be running at all times, at least most of the time, and there will be like less chances of failure, and we will avoid a single point of failure. The important components are replicated on multiple masters, and if any master fail, the other masters keep the cluster up and running. That's the basic point. Talking about auto scaling is like when there is load in our application, the system will adapt to it. Like if the load is a lot, then our system will scale up, and if there is less load, our system will scale it down. This help us to get the cost benefit, and also it optimize our infrastructure in a very efficient manner. And third is declarative approach. So if you are like not much into coding, and you would like to deploy in a very easier manner, declarative approach is for you. And declarative approach is when you don't need to just write code. You just declare what you want, and the compiler will do that for you. Just like here in this image, it's an example of a declarative code. It's a file where we used MySQL with WordPress, it's a simple container, and you see like it's very easy to just write it down. There is no code. You just mention what you want, and the compiler will do it for you. So that's about what Postgres is and why we should consider Postgres at the first place, and advantages of running Postgres on Kubernetes. But there is some problem, right? While running Postgres on Kubernetes, it is not that easier. Since Kubernetes is new technology and not all of the DBAs and developers are skilled in it, so it causes a huge problem when running Postgres on Kubernetes. So it's not that easy. So teams face problem in this regard. So, but here I have a solution for you. And the solution is our today's sponsor also. It's introducing EDB. So EDB, EDB is an organization, they are Postgres fanatics. And EDB helps to get most out of Postgres. And EDB has around 1,500 customers worldwide, and some of their customers include MasterCard, Nokia, Sony, and Siemens. Why we should consider EDB as a first place? EDB has been doing some meaningful contributions to the Postgres project since a very long time, and is a company which has the most number of contributors. And also EDB has been contributed to many other different projects apart from Postgres. Many of the different projects of Postgres include PG Bouncer, PG Admins, and Burman. And there's an operator developed by EDB called Cloud Native Postgres SQL. It is an operator that is able to manage Postgres workload on any supported Kubernetes cluster, whether it's private, public, or multi-cloud. So EDB makes it highly available. It is make sure that the system is resilient, and at the same time it is made for mission critical load with high availability. And the average downtime per month is only about 26 seconds. And if you calculate it on an yearly basis, the average downtime is near to 5 minutes, 15 seconds only. So you'll get a high availability. And if you are using Oracle database as your current database, and this is very compatible if you are planning to get rich in feature database and move to Kubernetes with highly available cluster and migration support. EDB has a lot to offer for you. And if you don't want any of the pain, and EDB has its service called Big Animal. It's a fully managed Postgres, and you don't have to worry about the maintenance and availability. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you for coming in and listening. And I would like to give a huge shout out to Bart for giving me the opportunity to speak up. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn from you about Postgres on Kubernetes. That was excellent, Nawaz. Thank you very, very much.